Alright, so what's good, y'all? What's good, ICC family? What's good, everybody? So, yeah, today is Tuesday, the 8th of September 2025. So, yeah, so today we're going to be talking about a pretty tough talent, a pretty tough challenge that beginner traders face in their first journey. So, I know all beginner traders blow accounts like they blow accounts. It's actually a process, like it's a step that you can't escape, right? So I'm just gonna be going through the reasons why um beginner traders, the reason why you blow your accounts, and what not to do, like steps not to do in order to not blow your accounts, in order to be in the market for the long term, right? Because that's what you need to be able to keep doing it consistently, to keep building consistently. Even it's small profit, it mustn't be too big in the start. You have to build, or you have to build the habit of being consistent in the market. So yeah, excuse me. So with that being said, I'm just gonna take you guys through three reasons why most beginner traders blow their accounts, right? So reason one is actually not following your trading plans, right? So basically, as a crypto trader, or let's say not crypto, as a forex trader, you gotta have a very solid trading plan that you follow. So it guides you in your trading journey, right? You need rules that you're gonna stick to it, and say no matter what, I'm not gonna break these rules. You have to build that type of mindset, that type of discipline, in order to start being profitable as a forex trader. You have to build the discipline of sticking to your principles, your psychology, your rules, your plan, basically. So that's the first main thing you gotta put in place, because trading is basically 20% charts and 80% psychology. So what you got to start building right now is your psychology in the market, in order to be in the market for the long term, right? So with that being said, I'm just gonna share with you guys my trading plan or schedule, so it can help you in the long run, right? So what I do is this: I basically trade gold, right? And gold is pretty volatile, right? And gold moves during session, right? And it moves during two sessions, precisely during the London session and the New York session. So I basically trade mostly during the New York session, because that is when there is more volume in the market, that eventually can push price all the way up or all the way down, depending, right? So yeah, I only trade during the New York session, and I pretty much trade with a trend, because that's the best way to trade. I trade with a trend, and during the New York session, you have the volume in the market that you need to basically push price all the way up or all the way down, depending on where the trend is, right? So yeah, I basically trade in session, I trade with volume, I trade with the trend, right? If the market's in an uptrend, boom, we taking buys. If the market's in a downtrend, boom, we taking sells, right? So yeah, trading sessions, trade with volumes, and stop over trading. This is one big milestone that beginner traders face, because they kind of build this mindset that the more you trade, the more profitable you become, which that is not true. The matter of fact is the opposite of that. The less you trade, the more profitable you become. Take less trades as a beginner. Less trades as a beginner. In fact, as a beginner, as a pro, less trades. Right? So, yeah, the less you trade, the more wins you get in the market. But the more you trade, the more you lose money to the market. Right? So, with that being said, I'm just gonna, stick to your trading plans. Or if you don't, matter of fact, if you don't have one, build your trading plans and say, no matter what happens, I'm gonna stick to this plan. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Build discipline, right? So the second is over risking your account, right? I know most of you beginner traders know how like how to risk your how you don't know proper risk management. And yeah, if you've not watched the previous video on risk management, I suggest you go watch that video. It's basically talking about risk management, how to manage your risk as a beginner trader, right? So we talked about trading only 10% of your capital as a beginner trader. You have to build that, you have to build that feeling of being consistent in the market, because that's only when you're going to be profitable as a forex trader. When you're consistent in the market, that's the only time you're going to be profitable as a trader. So with that, you have to stick to a solid risk management, right? Risks 10% of your account, no matter what, risks 10%. So if the 10% goes bad, you have 90% to hold on to, right? So yeah, I basically risk 10% of my account, and I use a 1 to 500 leverage, right? You can use less leverage, like a 1 to 300, you know, so you can manage your account better, right? So yeah, and the third one is over trading again. Over trading. Over trading, bro. You don't gotta overtrade to be profitable in the market. You don't gotta trade 10 times a day, 20 times a day for you to be profitable in the market. Hell no, that's not how it's been done, bro. You basically gotta build this mindset of taking one trade per day, bro. Like a trade that you hold for the entire day. That's when you're gonna be profitable. That's where the real money is, bro. You gotta get this scalping mindset off, bro. As a beginner, you don't wanna watch scalp videos. Get that shit off your mind, bro. That shit literally gonna fuck you up for real. Basically, excuse my curse word, but yeah, it's definitely gonna mess you up for real. But I'm talking because I've been in a position. I've been in that position. You know, I tried flipping a $10 account to 100K. You know, that shit basically BS, bro. That shit BS, right? So the less trades you take, the more profitable you become. The more you trade, the less profitable you become. Bro, it's simple. I'm just gonna share with you guys a little secret on trading, right? Trading is basically like 80% psychology and 20% charts and knowledge. Trading is your psychology, your reasoning, your mindset. That's what's going to determine if you're going to be a profitable trader, or if you're just going to be, these traders that basically lose money for a living, bro. If you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so you gotta build your psychology to have that long-term psychology to be able to be in the market for the long period of time, right? So yeah, build your psychology, take less trades, proper risk management, and don't and don't break your rules. Stick to your trading rules, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna finna talk with you guys. Hopefully, like again, for those of you that don't know me or it's your first time seeing me, I go by Trades by Henry on IG and on YouTube, so you can basically call me Henry or either of them. And we also on Telegram, but YouTube not letting me post links for the moment on description. So basically, if you're finna join Telegram, I recommend you join the IG. It's on my IG bio basically, right? It's Trades by Henry on IG. So yeah, make sure to check me out. And I basically call my trades on IG. So if you're looking to catch my trades, I recommend you follow my IG Trades by Henry. So yeah, you don't miss out on any moves, right? So Yeah, and I pretty much been on the charts. Gold recently has been like kind of reversing, retracing. My bad, retracing. It slowly started breaking down. It slowly started breaking its levels. But yeah, I guess for the past 2 weeks, or I don't know, it's been pretty bullish, bro. Gold has been on its all-time highs, right? So anything that goes up eventually gotta go down. So basically, I'm not surprised. It's been pretty bullish. So we're gonna be expecting, we gotta have both mindset, the buy mindset and the sell mindset, right? So yeah, with that being said, I'm just basically gonna be keeping you guys updated. And tomorrow we're gonna have some major release news that can eventually, you know, pump the market or drop the market, right? So we got CPI and I don't know the other one, but yeah, some major release news that they're gonna be tomorrow and the the next day. So yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna keep you guys updated. And once again, it's Trees by Henry on IG. And I recommend, if it's your first time here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, so you get free knowledge on trading, bro. Everything is for free. You don't gotta pay me anything to learn. I'm basically gonna be, you know, documenting my trading so you can also follow them and eventually become profitable. So I'm basically just documenting my trading journey for you guys. So yeah, and I don't know. I guess that's it. So I'll pretty much see you guys in the next video, and yeah.